Have you ever wondered how a language that started with approximately 750,000 words came to be the wonderfully expressive language that is spoken by, if not all, most countries in the world? What language are we talking about here? Of course you know it. Unlike languages that develop within one distinct geographical region, English, since its beginning about 1,600 years ago, evolved by crossing boundaries and through invasions, picking up bits and pieces of other languages along the way and changing through the spread of the language across the globe. Let me give you a brief history of English language. The history of English language started with the arrival of three Germanic tribes who invaded Britain during the 5th century AD. These tribes, the Angles, the Saxons and the Jutes, came from the North Sea of what is known today as Denmark and northern Germany. Then, the inhabitants were pushed western north by the invader, mainly into what we know today as Scotland and Ireland. The Angles came from England, and their language was called English, from which the word England and English are derived. This language is now known today as Old English. It is true that you and I cannot speak Old English, but it laid solid foundation for the language in which we use today, and words like be, water, and strong are from this language, Old English. About 1,200 years ago, English fought its way into Old Norse, and more than 2,000 words were added to English from this language, including words like take, give, egg, run, husband, and Viking. Later, words from French and Latin were added. Words like beer, city, fruits, and people. In 14th to 15th century, English became the language of power and got further boosted through the English literature and English culture headed by William Shakespeare. This man is said to have invented about 1,700 words in English, including words like puppy dog and fashionable, aside penning classic play like Romeo and Juliet. From 16th century, the British had contact with many people. So close to the end of Middle English, a great change started in pronunciation as the vowels were being pronounced shorter and shorter. This meant that new words and phrases entered the language. In 1604, the first English dictionary was published. This meant that spellings and grammars had been fixed, and more people learned to read and write English. From 1800 to present, the main difference between early modern English and late modern English is a vocabulary, as the technology and scientific advancement went hand in hand with the evolution of the language. From my research, it's around 1600 that the English colonization of North America resulted in the creation of a distinct American variety of English. Some pronunciation in British froze when they reached America. Some expressions that the British call Americanism were in fact original British pronunciation that were preserved by the colonists but lost for a time in Britain. Example: the word female was re-imported into Britain through Hollywood gangster movies. Spanish words, French words, and West African words through the slave trade also influenced American and partly British English. And don't forget that we have other varieties of English around the world, including New Zealand English, Canadian English, South African English, Indian English, Caribbean English, and Nigerian English. The the most amazing part in English is that it's still evolving. Every year, approximately 1,000 new and approved words are added to English. And these are words that are considered important enough to get added to the English dictionary, from local dialects and slangs from countries as far apart as the US, South Africa, Singapore, and more. And it will surprise you to know that earlier this year, more than 10 words were added to the new edition of Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary from Nigerian Pidgin and Yoruba dialects. Words like Mama Put, Okada, Ember Months, Chop Chop, and K-Leg. Isn't that amazing? Of course it is. This dramatic increase in new words is largely due to technology, and how people spontaneously coin new words in their email and text transmission that spread quickly and efficiently via social media. The brief history of English language, you will agree with me that English is a great language. And maybe you no longer need someone to tell you why you need to speak English. But you might still be wondering why you need to speak English in the right diction. Well, to understand, let's illustrate. With emojification, you no longer need to type too many words while chatting. You could simply send emojis saying, I am in love, I am stressed, I am great, or I am hungry. That's the power of pictures, for it conveys 1,000 words. Do you also know that your diction can tell 1,000 words about you? Diction is simply your style or choice of words while speaking. To enunciate properly, you need to understand the 44 sounds. That's very important because the letters of the English alphabet are not phonetic in nature. Still on why you need to speak English in the right diction. One of our learned admin posted on our Facebook page 5 reasons why we need to speak in the right diction. I'll mention 3 reasons why we need to speak in the right diction. The first one here applies to school owners. It says, as a school owner, a good diction promotes your school and makes you stand out. I am sure if you're a school owner, you are smiling now and saying to yourself, I must get diction in my school. Yes, you need it in your school. The second reason applies to everyone, graduates, students, or school owners. It says, a good diction can be likened to a sweet-smelling perfume that is enchanting and appealing. So, if you are a graduate seeking job opportunities, your diction will tell 1,000 words about you. Then the third one, I love this one. It says, a good diction should be able to answer the 5 W's and H in a conversation. These 5 W's and H are why, what, when, where, and how. When communicating with a good diction, a speaker should be able to explain what he is talking about, where it happened, why it happened, when it happened, and how it happened. When this is done simultaneously with a good diction, communication will be effective. So you see why we need to speak in the right diction always. It is very important. So please, make sure you always try your best every single day to practice one word or more so you can help yourself to speak in the right diction. Now there are new words in these videos that we want you to learn, and this is how we will be helping you to build your pronunciation every time you watch our video. So these words will be written on your screen, and please make sure to pronounce these words and send to the WhatsApp number through voice notes on your screen so that we can help you build your diction. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And please don't forget to drop a comment on any topic you want us to teach or any question you have. And please, we need your support. Make sure to subscribe and click on the bell so you can get notification whenever we release a new video. See you on our next video. Make sure to stay safe. Corona is real.